Hello! Welcome to Teach Me Maths. My name is Jonathan Hicks. Today we're doing the mode of a frequency distribution. Now this is actually very easy to do, but you do need to understand firstly the concepts of mean, median and mode, all three of them really. Go and watch that video if you're not sure about it. And then you need to understand what a frequency distribution is. Go and watch the mean of a frequency distribution video if you're not sure about that first, because that talks about a lot of the concepts behind the frequency distribution. I will go over it very briefly in this video, but it's a lot easier if you've already watched that video. So I'm going to use the same frequency distribution, the same frequency table as we had in the mean video. So I'll just take a second to reproduce that now. Okay, there we go. So that's our frequency distribution. The key thing is here, you have to remember what this stands for. It's just shorthand for a long list of numbers. Yeah, we went round a whole bunch of families and asked each family, how many children do you have? And some families said they had 3 children, some had 1 child, maybe one couple didn't have any children at all. And we wrote all those numbers, all the answers, all those numbers of children out in a long list. When we did the mean, we multiplied these, you add them up and divide by however many you've got. But for the mode, you want the one that occurs the most. Yeah? The mode for a list of numbers is the number that appears the most frequency, the most common number in the long list of numbers. So you're being asked to find the mode of this, and typically the question will just give you the frequency distribution like this and it'll say find the mode. It won't tell you what to find the mode of, but it's always the same. You're not finding the mode of this list of numbers or this list of numbers. Remember, this is shorthand for a long list of numbers, which is all the number of children that all the different families have got. And you have to find the mode of that long list of numbers. You want the number that occurs most often in that long list of numbers. Now it's very easy to work it out from the table. You can tell instantly by looking at this table what the mode is. I'll explain how in a minute, but if you understand what this represents, it's much easier to do. So remember, the frequency is how many families had that many children. So 3 couples didn't have any children at all. There are 3 zeros in the list somewhere. There are 5 ones in the list, 8 twos in the list, 7 threes in the list, and only 1 4 in the list somewhere. All the numbers are in a sort of random order depending on what order you went and asked the different families in. But when you count up how many 3s there are, or how many 2s there are, this tells you how many families had that many children. So you just have to find the number that's the largest number from this list, if you like. Yeah. If there are 3 zeros, 5 ones, 8 twos, 7 threes and 1 4, then there are more 2s than anything else because there are 8 of them, and 8 is bigger than all of the other numbers. And that's it. So if you have to find the mode of a frequency distribution, in this case, the mode is 2. Yeah, there are more 2s in the longest of numbers than anything else. Now do be careful here. The trap that a lot of people fall into with this is that they say the mode is 8 because 8 is the biggest number in the list. But it's not. In fact, 8 is not even in the list. Remember, this is just shorthand for a long list of numbers. These numbers do not appear in the list, or at least they might appear in the list, but that's not why they're here. The frequency numbers, which is always in the second column, always tell you how many of these numbers appear in the list. So the only numbers in our long list of numbers are 0, 1, 2, 3 or 4. And this tells you how many of them there are. There are 8 2s, yeah, there are more 2s than any other number, so the mode is 2, not 8. Right, we'll do one more example very quickly. I'll do another table on here and then we'll finish. Okay, hope that was quick enough for you. Now, I haven't put the context at the top here, and in practice it really doesn't matter. The X are the thing you asked about. So these numbers might be how many glasses of water somebody drinks in a day, and you ask a whole bunch of people how many glasses of water they drink. It might be the number of portions of fruit and veg that they eat in a day. It really doesn't matter. The point is that these are the answers that we got when we asked our question. So from our long list of numbers, the possible numbers in the list could have been 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 or 5 this time. The F numbers are the frequency numbers, and that's how many of each of these numbers appeared in our long list of numbers. So again, if you have to find the mode of this table, you can see immediately what the answer is just by looking at the table, if you understand it. The mode means the number that occurs the most in the long list of numbers. It's not the mode of that list or that list, it's the mode of the long list of numbers that this is just a shorthand for. So there are 2 zeros in the list, there are 3 ones in the list, 9 twos in the list, 8 threes in the list, 6 fours and 5 fives. So the number in the long list of numbers that occurs the most is 2. Yeah, there are more 2's in the list than any other number. So as I say, it's very easy to read off what the mode is from a frequency distribution like this. You just find the frequency that occurs the most, and that tells you which one appears the most. Yep. There are not more 9's in the list than any other numbers. There are no 9's in the list at all. But it tells you the frequency of 9 means there are 9 2's in the list. So the mode is 2. My name is Jonathan Hicks, and you're watching Teach Me Maths.